think it's an amazing thing about this show to find that it has served as a lifeline. This is an enormous stage. It served as a lifeline in many ways for a lot of different people for a lot of different reasons. They identified with characters or something that an actor on the show has said resonates with them, or the community that has evolved organically around the show has served as a safety net for so many people. And that is something that I feel truly blessed to be a part of. It's just an amazing phenomenon that is very rare and very precious, and I think that we're all very lucky to be a part of it. And your story is, I wish I could say that was the first time I've heard somebody say something like that, but I've heard a lot of young people say that they have struggled with depression or self-harm or feelings of self-worthlessness, and somehow some thread that they pulled from Supernatural and its expanding community has provided comfort to them, and that's really amazing. So know that you are a part of a community here, and that there's a lot of people that are willing to help. By the way, we're just getting that crisis support network set up, and it's really coming together great. And I think we're going to post some update about it like tomorrow. So it's and I think it's very common for people to struggle. I think most people have some struggle in their early lives. I know that I did. Our family did not have a lot of money. We were homeless a lot and struggled with some of the issues around poverty. But we had a very loving nuclear family that was very important to me, and I think that was, that helped me a lot get through hard times. And I also think that, I hate to say it, but I wouldn't change any of the bad things that I went through, because I feel like, I learned from them and they made me stronger. That sounds trite, and it's not always true that what doesn't kill you makes you stronger. Sometimes what doesn't kill you almost kills you, and that's not good. Yeah, I don't know. I guess all I can say is that luckily you may have landed in a spot that has a community that is supportive and loving and will help. So,
thank you.
That was lucky. Oh, and you have somebody that loves you right there. That's nice. Hi.
Hi. So in Seattle, you sold Girl Scout cookies, and in Phoenix, you bought us pizza. So what's next on the Misha food tour?
I see what's happened. Now it's like, oh, that was a shit panel. He gave us nothing. I skipped lunch because I assumed he was going to bring food. Last time I go to a Misha panel, I don't know. We didn't even get a cake for poor Jackie. Sorry. Do you have any ideas?
Cannoli's good.
Do you have a good cannoli? Do you have a line on a good cannoli dealer?
Only back in Idaho, where I'm from.
Okay.
So if you want to fly it in.
Okay, great.
Ludafest!
I'm now chartering a jet full of cannolis to trying to rush it in time for Jared and Jensen's panel.
Oh, there you go.
The cookies my kids made. Those were delicious.
Ludafest!
I've done I've done some episodes of this show that we call in our house and on the internet, Cooking Fast with Fresh with West. And it's basically, for those of you who haven't seen it, it's basically my son like grabs whatever off of the grocery store shelves and then makes a catastrophic mess in the kitchen and cooks it all together in some horrific poisonous concoction that I then pretend to enjoy. And it looks very fun, and we edit out all the parts of the video where I'm like, stop it, you shit. And everybody posts, like, oh my God, you're the best dad ever. I'm totally gonna do this with my kids. And you know, people always do that. People always post like, oh my God, I'm gonna totally do this with my kids. And then that account goes dormant and you never hear from them. And I know what's happened. They've gone through a similar experience and that it's been very traumatic for everybody involved and they're no longer speaking to their children. And this initially started because my son is very sort of independent and strong-willed, and we'd go to the grocery store, we'd go shopping, we'd come home, and there'd be like, what the fucking ham hock? Like, we don't eat pig's feet, what are these doing? And you're like, we just have these weird items that we had never even noticed on the grocery store shelves in there. Or like fluorescent colored candies and like the big super packs. I'm like, I don't actually know how they managed to get checked out. I think he must have had like a total strategy. He'd put it in, he'd put it under something else, and then he'd slip it up onto the belt, and then he'd like go and like pee in the aisle while they're checking it out. So we go, no, don't do that. And then it would wind up in a bag, and we'd get home, and we were like, who the hell got 15 pounds of Swedish fish? So we do these things, and this really was, he sort of started it, and we basically, like the first one, we were just basically filming what was already happening in our house. But I would caution you, don't do that with your children.